Martin, we have to start today's blog, this week's blog, on a sad note.
Yeah, again, for the third time in less than a year now, we've had a death within the Lipson family. John Stapleton had a heart attack at the weekend. John was a student counsellor. I'm a great believer that schools that do inclusion and safeguarding really well, they tend to do it quietly. There's no drama. They do it under the radar, really. And we really pride ourselves on some of that work. But even I was surprised. I started to look at the people that John had worked with, the students that he'd worked with in my short time here, and thought it might be in the region of 20 students. It was nearer to 200 students. So he's touched a lot of these people, a lot of our students, and some of them are our most vulnerable, including a number of students who've been seeing John about bereavement counselling. So, you can imagine the logistics around trying to get to the students and speak to them on Monday morning about something which is, as well as being a tragedy, was an absolute shock to us. So again, I find myself saying our thoughts go out to his family and his friends. And on a personal note, I do want to say John was just the loveliest man you could ever wish to meet. And it's become really clear to me this week. I thought I'd got a kind of special relationship with him. I thought he was one of those people that just took the time to say something nice. I said in the staff briefing on Monday, when you spoke to John, it felt like you'd had a cuddle afterwards. But it's really clear that he's obviously had the same effect on everybody else, because everybody's been saying the same thing. So another sad time for us, but we'll work through it. And these things do bring us even closer together as a community. And again, I couldn't wish to work with a better group of people when we're dealing with really, really difficult situations.
There's been we're in a season now where there's a lot of talking between the school and students and their parents about what happens next, about how they're doing, that sort of thing. We've had a couple of evenings recently whereby that's been front and centre. Do you want to tell us a bit about that?
Yeah, we pride ourselves on our communication. We don't always get it right, but what school does. But recently we've had the Year 9 Options Evening, and we tried a different format where we made sure that every parent who came in had an individual conversation, an individual interview with a member of the leadership team. And that's been really well received. And I think if we can get that right, you get the students on the right courses and you involve the parents and the students at the earliest opportunity, then we've got more chance of getting that right. And then we've got sixth form parents' evenings coming up as well. Vital time of the year for them with their exams coming up. And our sixth form team are really doing a good job now. So I know that those evenings, one, will be well attended, and two, I know that the quality of information that the students and the parents will receive is exactly what they need to hear in order for them to do as well as they possibly can.
It won't have escaped a lot of people's notice that certain teachers have voted for strike action, and the first of those is on February the 1st, I believe. Without going into the reasons why and wherefores and all the rest of it, there are practical implications for schools and no doubt a practical implication for Lipson.
Yeah, there are. I'm too experienced to get drawn into giving you a political soundbite. I'm actually not allowed to give political views as a head teacher. But we support the professionalism of our teachers, and I'm not going to get into a dispute with staff around their ability to strike. I'm hoping to keep the school open. But what that will look like at this stage, I'm not quite sure. We'll definitely be open for Year 11. We'll definitely be open for large sections of Year 13. I'd like to be open for Year 7. But it's difficult we kind of know the numbers that we're dealing with, but there are all the knock-on implications of teachers who need childcare because primary schools are closed, for example. So It's not an exact science, this one. I think it's likely that we're going to be closed for 8, 9, 10. I think I can, and 12, pretty much say that now. Trying to stay open for 7, definitely open for 11, and definitely open for 13. And we'll give more detail as and when we've got it. This picture might change over the next few days, but it's times like this. This is where the relationships between the leaders in the school and the teachers in the school come to fruition. There's no animosity. We're working together really closely for the best interest of the kids. There are another 3 further days of strike action planned for March. who knows where we'll be then, but we'll deal with one at a time. For now, on Wednesday, we're open, but unlikely to be open for everybody.
So the message very much is watch this space. Is you might get an email, or you might see something on the school website. You might get communication in another way.
Exactly that. The vlog will go out today. You're seeing it now. That will be attached to a school comms message. But we're at the end of the previous week, so it's likely there'll be more communication with you early next week when we've got a clearer picture.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.